ZL Entertainment.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am Andy Dion from ZL Entertainment, and today we're here for another episode within Car Dealer Simulator. This is post-commentary because apparently my video, or rather my microphone, was muted, and I didn't realize that until just as I was pausing the video, or rather ending the video. This video. This one was a bit of a... This is where I started getting a little angry with the game. So I'll try to remember some of the points I had here, but suffice to say, there are a few things here and there that I just did not like very much. Like how it was going. And, yeah, that's, let's see. Well, anyways, yeah, the the video was frozen in my editor, so I had to, like, do some jiggery pokery to make it work. But yeah, this is where I start getting a little...
Buddy.
Oh, and also, I don't know why, but my audio was being really weird these last few videos for this series. I did change the audio output for my mic so it would be a little bit lower, so people wouldn't hear like background noises, because I could hear like airplanes easily and dogs barking. So I was trying to like change that, but it got to be so low that... And then for some reason, like, that doesn't really matter. It's just the OBS was recording both channels at the same time, because you can say how you want, which audio channel you want for each thing you do. So for some reason that reverted back to everything. I'm not sure why. Yeah, the other thing didn't matter. Not sure why I mentioned that. And so as you can see with that guy, I was kind of started to bother me, but not very much, because I was like, you know, whatever. Making money in this game is really difficult, I have found. I mean, in most simulator games they really are, like even in Supermarket Simulator, but even that you make a bit more money than you do in this game. And I actually found a way to make a lot of money in Supermarket Simulator way quicker than I never found a way to make money in this game at all. It's basically just kind of making no money, and I think I only paid bills once throughout the 10 episodes. But yeah, I think this is episode 8. In fact, I know it is, because it's the only episode that messed up in this way. This game has a lot of potential. I'm not a huge fan of cars in general, so I'm not sure why I even like racing games. Oh, we've got Moist Jesus here.
Woo!
He usually is the one who gives us the full good deal. I know it looks like that I'm just waiting around for him, but I promise I'm not. I'm willing to give a good deal to the people, but they never get to the... Well, there have been a few moments where that has actually happened, but usually they never get to the good deal. It's usually just way too under, and then that guy comes around. I mean, it's not the same person all the time, but it's usually him. You know, the cool guy comes around and just buys it for the full price, which is usually slightly higher than what it's worth, just so I can get a good deal. Bitch. Alright, so like this, for some reason I first of all found out you can go 1,000 under most of the time, but for some reasons you can't. So now, this is where it started like fucking around, and you just couldn't get the proper deals, anymore. Um, I can't remember if it was in this video or the next when I'm just like, I'll just go for 500 under. I did talk about it in the next video, but I don't know if that's when I first thought about it. My favorite part of this game, though, is fixing the cars, so I might actually just go play Car Mechanic Simulator. I think I'll go with that game next, just to see which one I liked. Um, I think because I got this game for free from the devs, like that just kind of makes me want to keep playing this game to try and like their game because I don't know. Oh yeah, here. I'm I remember talking about originally I was talking about which ones I wanted to get, and I think the car wash is the next one I wanted to get. I think that's what I said, which is true. I mean, out of all the other two, I don't really care about the gas station because we're pretty close to it. So I don't care about the gas and the tire pressure. And the body work kinda would be cool for the paint aspect. So that probably would have been the next one I got, but I don't really care that much. And here we are pausing. What was I doing? Probably getting music. I may edit this out or I may not because the video is pretty small. Yeah, it's not the usual hour, it's barely over 50 minutes. I would like to know what I did there. I can't remember. I think I turned my music off. I think I had music playing still. All right, so let's see. See, this person's like, yeah, sure. But the last one was douchey about it. They're not going down very far. So, yeah. I think even then I was going for at least 500, but I don't know if I like said that aloud or not. But whatever. In hindsight, I feel like I should have paused the recording and come back once I got a decent deal. Uh, but yeah, I did not do that, and I do not want to make this video any shorter than it already is. I kind of feel bad for not having the proper audio on this one because if you guys like to see me for the grump mode that I get into, this episode definitely originally had it. Like any of the negativities, uh, any of the negative criticisms I had for the game were all in this video. But, yep. Sadly, I guess I forgot to press the unmute button. Thankfully, I have a mute button on my mic, but after all these years, I do sometimes still forget to turn it on. I never forget to turn it off, I don't think. I usually don't care. Here I was looking for emails, hoping that we would get a nice email, but we rarely get emails of trying to buy cars. The people wanting us to buy the cars from them usually gives us the best deal. I have noticed. I think I did that twice. One is coming up in the next episode, I believe, or the one after that. I can't remember. And yeah, those deals give the best deals, honestly. And so yeah, now we're just hoping to get the best car we can find. I honestly do not remember what car I got, so let's see what we get. All right, that's right. There was none. So this is the episode where I did this. I just kept sleeping until we got something going on. It was the only thing I could do. I think in some of those moments where I was just standing there, I was talking about how there really was nothing to do in the game anymore. And of course, we have this douche, but I don't think we have any clean cars. I don't even know where he was going. I'm pretty sure I said that in the video, that the commentary was originally lost, and I still don't know where he was going. I don't have any cars over there. Let's hope this ends up being good. Can't remember. Oh yeah, I went for 500 cheaper this time.
Cut.
We got a decent car this time. I think it's decent. I can't remember. Well, we spent like 1,800 on it, so I'm pretty sure I'll want 3,600 for it. I don't know if I originally wanted this sped up or not, but I'm not going to speed it up this time because there's not a lot of video to begin with, so we're just going to keep all of this in here. We're mostly just going to clean it, I believe. Nope, we gotta fix it up too. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this part of the game. This reminds me of I don't remember the name, I just remember Markiplier playing it a lot. Super Soaker Simulator? Power Soaker Simulator? Yeah, I tried watching people play that, and it was just so boring to watch. And doing this aspect, I could tell that it was boring to play as well. So I'm surprised anybody watched it, and I'm surprised anybody liked it. So yeah, this is not the part I like of this game at all. It feels like I would because I actually do kind of like cleaning windows in real life and make it a game, so to speak. But yeah, I did not like this. It's not even really that fun to watch either. I'm glad I sped up. It's fun to watch the sped up version. That's watching things in sped up motion is pretty much like a really fun thing to do. I have a lot of fun watching that stuff. Car's decent. Suspension was a little bad. The battery's not that great, and I can't read what that says under the rate. Oh, clutch. But yeah, we mostly need the suspension stuff. We can't do anything with the others anyways. Those are the only three things we can't fix. And so these things here are the things we're going to fix up. I believe gas is decent. Let's go up here and yep, just get everything we need. Not that that is of any use. I'll just say that right now. We find that out probably in this video. And I stopped doing a 50%. I only go for the ones that are like really bad eventually, but I think that's later in the video or possibly in the next. Oh, yeah, it definitely has to be in the next one because I still have the clutch in there, which means I did not know that we couldn't, it would not be, we didn't, how do I say it? We can't use it. That's what I've been trying to say. This is shortly after I figured out the scanner mode, but I personally don't like it for the most part. Only if it's like hard colors to see, which we will see in a future video. Because we get like a really crappy looking truck and it's hard to see. But in this car is really easy to see. So, well, it's easy to see the rust. I think scanner mode might work at nighttime also though. So, it might be a night mode. Alright, and yeah, this is my favorite part of the game. Fixing this stuff, fixing the things, repairing the stuff in the engine, that is. Like, that's the stuff I like in this game the most. Just the whole aspect of having a car dealer is kind of cool too, but I really like fixing up the car here. Which may seem weird because I never get the Bodyworks upgrade, which probably is my favorite of the two. But you don't get as much money for this stuff right here. Actually, you don't get much money for any of the things that you do. Like, clean it is like about $100. This bodywork here that you do is a few $100s. The mechanical stuff is pretty much nothing. It doesn't take into account how much products you bought and how much money you put into it, sadly. So that's why I stopped bothering with that, and if I had known that earlier, I probably actually would have just kept the body shop just so I could at least have the fun. And I think the paint would have been much better than using a paint can because paint guns are much more fun. Not that I've ever used one, sadly, but I can imagine them being fun. I mostly only did the roller pen type painting. I only did that once, long ago. I wonder if my initials are still there in what I painted. Part of me kind of wants to do that, but it's like, it was my grandma's old what are those things called that poor people and or old people are usually in trailer park. It was like on my grandma's trailer, and she went to an old folks home like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So, or was it 8? Yeah, I guess 8 would probably be closest. I don't know. I don't actually know if it would still be there. It was there when I last saw it back in 2016, 10 years ago. So, and for some reason, the paint just would not finish here. It was very annoying at the time. Right now, I don't care as much because I'm just watching and not playing. Things are a lot less annoying if you're playing, just watching. Yeah. I still don't know what it was looking for. Sometimes, most of the time, it will get like the last percentage taken care of for you. And this time it was just being so damn finicky. I really don't think we could get the one. It usually only works if it's at 200k. I'm not sure if this is based on sound or the meter here. Oh, I guess I was thinking about the same thing at this point. I usually get to that one spot where I was just showing. Usually I can get up to there before it starts getting weird noise. I'm not sure how much miles that you're usually able to go down. I did not really figure that one out. I think the most I ever did was about 20k miles worth. But yeah, we're gonna go get the parts. We're gonna find out that we shouldn't get the clutch because we can't do anything with that. The engine, the radiator, and the clutch are the things we can't work on, which is really weird. Like, you're able to work, like, if you look at the list of things that the car needs, you see that, oh, yep, here's the thing that started to piss me off a lot. The whole schedule thing kind of makes no sense to me. Um, I mean, I feel like at a last resort, but at the same time, I know I probably would put a schedule in first, even though it doesn't need it. So I kind of see that, because it's one of the easiest things to put in. Oh, and then here I was nitpicking, like, fire hydrants wouldn't go here, they would go over by the pools over here, right here, which is true. I've never seen, yeah, over there. There's never been a fire hydrant like right in the middle of a crosswalk that I've ever seen. That's a poorly built place. The fire hydrant over there is decent though. Yeah, I was just nitpicking there, but I mean, to be fair, it's true. So yeah, I think this is where I came up with the idea of not working on Sundays and Mondays as a schedule, as my own schedule. But towards the end, yeah, I mean, if you can't do anything, you kind of have to just go to sleep. So that's why I don't really like the schedule at this point in the game because there's not enough to. Because if you can't do anything on the weekends, then why play the game? So it's, yep, triples there. It kind of feels like more triples. It kind of feels like the weekends are a waste of time because there's not anything else to do in the game. That's why I don't like this game has time-based schedule and day-based schedule, and by time I mean hours. So these guys close at a certain hour. I think it's 8 at night. And they close on the weekends, and it kind of makes no sense because there's nothing else for us to do on the weekends. So it's basically, quite literally, we have to wait through the weekend just to get things that we need. And here I'm probably calculating how much money I'm spending, but it doesn't matter. I can tell you right now. It does not matter. It probably was close to 15 to 2000, also known as 2000. Yeah, so it's probably like 1500 to 2000 that I spent there, and you can't just tack that on to the car. The game won't accept that. You can't. I mean, you could say you want that much more money, but they're not gonna pay for it. So it's pretty shit in that regards. Like, I can understand being like, oh yeah, the old car I shouldn't have to pay much for an old car. But if I was going to buy the old car and found out, and they have legitimate proof that they bought all the newer parts to fix it up, I would be like, okay, sure, that it's worth more now, and I would be okay with that. Sometimes they add more parts into it, like that I wouldn't want, and I'm like, I'd rather you not add those things. Just the bare minimums that is needed. Not like trying to get the most expensive muffler to make more money from the car. Like, just get the bare necessities. And, like, that I would be okay with. But, yeah, in this game, you can't, like, say that you did all this more work, so I should get more money for it, which you should. So all this stuff is kind of useless. It doesn't add in. Most regrettably, it does not add in the amount you spent on those items. I think it just gives a basic, like, how much money you added. Like, if you just upgrade something, then it will give you the amount. I believe that's how it worked. I think you get some money for it, but you don't get a lot. Certainly not enough for how much you spend. I probably should have tested that out just to figure it out so I could speak on it more, but sadly I can't speak on it more. I know you make a little bit money from doing all the mechanical work here, but it's not a lot. And so that's that, really. Not much else we can talk about on that matter, I suppose. This does feel like something I should fast forward through, but I'm not going to. the whole like doing the screws and all this stuff, I kind of do actually like. I'm still not sure if it's fun to watch though. It kind of is. It's kind of fun to watch too. As much as it's fun to watch this though, I would say it's better sped up. But like I said, I'm not going to speed it up. Yeah, there is a lot of fixing in this. You can probably see why I usually just edit it out or speed it up. But if I did that, then this video would be less than half an hour. Not at all a proper length of video. I prefer 1 hour long videos. They make the most sense to me. Mostly due to the fact that you can't really do much in less. I have tried the whole choppy style videos that look people say is more professional, but honestly feels less professional. And there's just like jump cuts everywhere, and honestly, it's fucking so. What is the word? It's so jarring. I hate it so much. Like I'm just like, oh, we're over this area now. I tried it before. I always tried cutting out dead space in my videos, and it by doing like first I tried audio, now I realized, oh, it's just the same thing. If you cut out dead space audio, all it does is it makes it completely silent, but you still have the video. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of the video too. But the jump cuts were so drastic and jarring that I hate them. Like, and whenever people do that, still, I'm just like, that's stupid. That's like a leftover thing from like the old days of YouTube. Not the really old days, like, kind of like the mid to late 2010s is when that kind of editing started to get popular. I kind of like to not edit anything out and just give you the full thing. That's kind of what I prefer. Pretty much for any type of game, although it doesn't really lend itself well with RPGs much. Well, it does in some ways, but if you like lose and forget to save, or if you not lose, but if you die and forget to save, recently, then it could take hours to get back to that part. So cutting stuff like that out is a good idea. So this didn't even have some of the things in here. Okay. But yeah, we'll soon see how much money we get for this. It's not a lot. Most regrettably, it's a horrible amount. We're almost done with this, thankfully. I don't even have to say that. I mean, we can already see that the tire is almost. This is the last one, I believe. Oh, I guess that's just how it looks. Okay. Yeah, with the last tire, it looked like I didn't even have the brake pad itself. But it only highlighted it. I believe that's it. We might have one more thing. It looks like everything. We have the clutch, of course, but can't fix that. So we can put this stuff away. Do I sell these items? I don't think so, honestly. And I mean, I do eventually, but I think I do that in the next episode. And no, I have no idea what I was trying to highlight there. Probably a fair critique. Still, it's on the negative side, honestly. Well, it's negative on their side, but all critiques I do, I believe, are fair. Even if I don't sometimes say them in a fair way, they're still fair. The critique there was not knowing I couldn't use those items, the clutch and the engine. But I believe that is it. Now you do get those markers where like the the price goes up or something. You've done something to raise the price of the car, but I've never realized I've never seen the price go up that much. We'd have to look at the summary to get that, but I doubt I'm going to look at that. And whenever I looked at that stuff before, I've never seen a huge drastic change in price. So, yep, here we go with the front shot. Then we have the side shot. And, of course, we have the angle shot. And here I'm trying to figure out how much the clutch costs, which is the 300. So I know how much to charge for this car. Not that it matters. Because as you see, that it's not even, yeah, can't even come close to what I would want. But that was actually the lowest I was willing to go. Because I spent a lot of money on this. Even without the clutch, it was still a lot. I think it was about 1,000. But, you know, whatever. And we'll wait for the people to arrive, even though I forgot to do the close. And finally remembered it. Didn't take long, so that's good. Can't remember if we sell this car in this episode or not. I think 4,500 is a fair price. That's double what we paid, which is what I would like. And I'm guessing it was about 1,000 for the parts. Or actually, it probably would have been more if I went for 5,500. They must have actually been 2,000 or 1,500. No, it was 1,000 because 3,600 would have been double the car. Okay, yeah. No, it would have been 2,000 because it was 5, not 4,500. I was going for 5,500. I think I eventually figure I should not do 100% more the price, like double, but I should do half. So if the car costs 2,000 for me to buy, instead of wanting 4,000, I should go with 3,000. I think I go with that eventually. Or not think, I do. I think that's in the next episode. But yeah, we're just gonna wait here for somebody, hoping they want it, but doesn't look like it. Yeah, this game is a lot of just waiting around trying to get cars sold. I mean, I suppose it's possible I could actually get another car as well, which I sometimes do, but not sure why I wasn't bothering this time around. Yeah, that's hardly more than what I paid for it. Even now I'm still getting, like, what the hell is your problem to the people? Did I go with 4,100 to 4,000? Yeah, she barely, like, offered more than what I spent for it. And I think this was the episode I did actually realize that the mechanical work did not matter. Oh, that's right, because I was going down. Of course, I went from 41 to 400. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, and trying to make money in this game really is difficult. But yeah, I think I'll try Car Mechanic Simulator sometime. Alright, time to go look for another car. Can get another one of these decent ones, but mileage is kind of bad, but I don't think I really care about that at this point. We'll stay around, see if these people, yep, that's why I stayed around. Oh, and they took it for the proper price, which was still less than what I actually wanted for it. 1,000 less, actually. There was no way anybody was going to pay that much. But yeah, I think this is where I realized that spending all that money on the parts is not a good idea. Because you're not going to make any of that money back. Alright, 2,600. Go fuck yourself. Even now, I'm just like pissed off at those people trying to undercut us. Give me a good deal, bitch. Yeah, so I don't know why, but it started off that going as low as 1,000 under like worked for many episodes, or might have been one or two. Actually, I think it was two. Had to been at least two for me to go, hey, yeah, that works. But then all of a sudden, starting this episode, and from here on out, it stopped working. So yeah, I don't understand why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Kind of pisses me off. But either way, we're going to get ourselves another car and then, or try to, but I don't think we actually get any. Oh, I remember this car. I think this is the reason why I eventually gave up on playing the game.
Enough.
So I think I
Enough.
stopped playing so early because of this car.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it seems right. All right, right?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not fucking drivable. So this douchebag sold us a non-drivable car. And because of that I just was like, I'm done with this. Like, I was so stumped in this episode as to what to do in the game. So we have to go back and get our tow truck and bring it back. I later find out a tip for that whole thing, but we'll see that later in the next episode, I believe. And yeah, it's kind of a shitty thing to have to pay that much for a car that doesn't even run. So here we are, we're gonna go and we are going to have to pick it up. And with the tip, I learned you don't actually have to, but we'll see that in another video. But yeah, because of everything going on in this video, and then this car like just not working properly, it just kind of made it for me so that I just did not want to play this game anymore. I mean, I didn't stop playing all that much earlier, maybe only like 10 or 15 minutes earlier, but still did stop playing much earlier than usual. And there we go, we got this stuff. Got the car. Going to try and get it gas and tire pressure, but honestly that stuff doesn't even really yeah, this is basically me saying this is what I think about your game at this point. I think I said that. Yeah, that's full-on grump mode for you. Very aggravated. But yeah, getting the gas and tire stuff doesn't usually matter, because usually it's almost always full for both. Like, watch. There. Look at that. Barely. It was like a second I clicked on it. Hardly worth it. And then the tire pressure, I believe, is almost usually as good. There we go. And that's the first time I noticed that car there, and it annoyed me also. Not right now, I realize that they've always been there, but for some reason I noticed it more now. It is one of the few cars where the tires are actually not good. But the muscle car is at 2.9, I believe. I mean, it must be 2.5. I can hardly see it. And it was being finicky here, as everybody can see. Yeah, it must be 250. Alright, this stuff I do not like at all. It's so bad. Doing the gas and tire stuff. I kind of just now wondered what would happen if you just drove around with that change to the car, but not up on the thing. Like, would it still drive? Probably not. But if it did, I feel like the car would be flying around all over the place. It probably wouldn't want to add in that much work. And here we go with getting our car in here. Get at an angle since the truck was at a weird angle. And yeah, that's that car. I think we're gonna go look to see if we can get one more car, but I don't think we're able to, so I think that's when we just kind of quit. Because, yeah, we need a car that we can actually work on. And there's no decent priced ones with lower mileage, except for that thing. And just to see what it would be like, what's the most expensive? A bunch of cars, I don't like how they look. So yeah, I think here's where I talk about, oh no, it's not here. Here I'm still talking about different cars, like here's the best. Like first of all, yeah, that off-roader Canyon thing is the only one I'd be able to afford, and I'm not going to get it. But yeah, I think this is where I start talking about how I don't know what to do in the game. I'm not even sure if I should even continue playing it. As it's taking, I don't know, there's just so much not to do. There's nothing to do. And so that's why I'm kind of just stumped as what to do. And then I'm looking at the drivability now. But yeah, we'll definitely be looking at tips and tricks on how to make money in the game, but we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Love you all, peace to you, and as always, stay safe.